To do this activity, it would be best if you have notebook out. I'm just going to use Google Draw, especially if you are a partial quotients kind of person. But even if you're long division, these are going to basically take you step by step in how to get your long division answers in a partial quotient kind of mindset. So the example we're going to do here in this video is 999 divided by 7. So I'm going to go into my Scribble. I'm already in Scribble. Excellent. So I'm going to divide 7 into 999. Some of you already are fantastic with long division. Many of you are wonderful with partial quotients. So I'm going to try to do it the partial quotients way. And you have to bear with me because I did not learn the partial quotients when I was learning about division. They jumped right into the long division version. Okay, so I have to, when I'm doing this guided type of style, what is the most amount of 700s you can take out of 999? So I can take one set of 700 out of there. And I believe when you did partial quotients, if you want to take out 700 over here, you would say, I'm taking out 100 sets of 7. But I'm taking out one set of 700. So on this slideshow, I'd put 1. I'm taking out one set of 700. On the partial quotients version, I would go ahead and put 100 sets of 7 over here because I'm taking out the one set of 700. Then I'm doing the subtraction, so 299. Usually I would go from the right to the left. I don't know why this time I didn't. I guess I saw these zeros weren't going to, whoa, my cursor went berserko. Anyway, I guess these zeros I saw weren't going to change my numbers there. So I look at it, and what I had remaining is not 700 or more. So that means my A and B are fine. I took out as many 700s as I could. That was just one of them. And I'm left with 299 because I computed the 999 minus the 700. And because I have 299 left, that means I couldn't have taken out any more 700s. Now the next question says, what's the most amount of 70s you can take out of what's left? So again, back to this partial quotients model. Let's say I didn't guess the right thing right away. And I said, oh, I can take out 210. Because that's a math fact I know pretty well, is the 7 times 30 is 21. 7 times 3 rather is 21. So I put a 30 over here. And then when I do the subtraction now, I have 89 left. Problem is, it said, what's the most amount? The most amount of 70s I can take out. So therefore, if I have 89 left, I didn't take out the most amount of 70s I could. So that's a situation where I have to go, no, that didn't work out like I thought. I should have taken out 4 sets of 70. 4 sets of 70. And in your partial quotients model, you would put a 40 over there for that. 4 sets of 70 is 280. And when I subtract, where's my little subtraction sign? This time I've got 19 left, which is good. That means I didn't have too much left. I took out enough sets of 70. So that's how much do I have left is 19. I computed the 299 that was left back here minus the 280 because I had 4 sets of 70 I was able to take out. And I did fix it when I had 70 or more. And so therefore I am now good. 19 means I did not take out too few when it was sets of 70s. So now I am on basically how many just individual sets of 7. So what are the most, is the most amount of 7s I can take out. So hopefully here when you have 19 left, you say, okay, I can take out 2 sets of 7 because I can take out 14. And I can subtract that, and I would get 5 left. And 5 is less than 7. That means I didn't take out not enough. And then when you were doing your partial quotients, you would add these up. So that's 142. And the remainder is that 5 that I wasn't able to get rid of. I still have 5 that I have to deal with at some point. Right now, we're just going to call it remainder. Over here, that's the how much is left, 5. So down the bottom here, it says put some of those answers together to get a final answer with A, the answer from A, C, the answer from C, E, the answer from E, remainder, that capital R, and then F, the answer from F. So that's the 100, because when I was focused on the hundreds amount, 4 tens when I was focused on the tens amount, 2 from when I was focused on just the ones amount, how many sevens I could take, and then the remainder in the end was 5. So I got my answer from picking the answer from A, the answer from C, the answer from E, remainder, the answer from 5. 142, remainder 5. Now those of you who know long division, you can go ahead and do the long division steps instead of the partial quotients if you'd like. So the idea here is how many sevens can I take out of this 9, but it's really 900. I can take one of them. That's 7. I do the subtraction. I'm left with 2 sets of 100 left, but I only bring down a single digit at a time. So that's the big difference between the long division, is I only deal with one digit at a time. So 7, how many sets of 7 can I take out of 29? It's really how many sets of 70 can I take out of 290, because I'm dealing with the tens place. That was when I had 4. 4 times 7 was 28. So I personally prefer this model. You have to use it this year, but I prefer this model because my brain sometimes mixes up my zeros. Let's see. So I have one set of 10 left. So now I can focus on the ones place. 19, how many sets of 7 can I take out of 19? I can take 2 sets of 7 out of 19. That's 14. And then I subtract, and I get 5 as my remainder in this version as well. Again, remainder 5 for now. Next week, I think we'll do something with other possibilities for remainder. So when you are doing your slideshow, because you will do at least 4 slides that follow, you're going to follow that example, and I recommend having your notebook out to do either partial quotients if that's your comfort level, or long division if you already know how to do that, in order to answer the questions A through F and put together your answers to give an answer of the full quotient with a remainder potentially.